23rd of August 2021, Winchester Hills, Johannesburg. On this day, South Africa lost one of its bravest public servants, Babita Deokaran, a senior health department official and a whistleblower, was gunned down outside her home. She had just exposed 850 million rand in suspicious payments linked to a public hospital, Tembisa Hospital in South Africa. The story begins with Tembisa Hospital, where fraudulent tenders worth nearly R1 billion were being channeled to connected companies. One of the beneficiaries was businessman named Vusimuzi Matlala. His companies received contracts that Babita flagged as irregular and potential criminal. To protect these flows of money, the masterminds turned to a middleman named Khanyisani Mpungose. He recruited the hitmen, gave them Babita's home address, and even provided a photo of her car.
Family just wants closure. I think the only time that we will actually rest is when we know who was the mastermind behind this. The sad thing is that they wanted her silenced so badly that they didn't hire one hitman or two hitmen. It took 6 hitmen to bring her down. That says a lot about our country. Mr. President, we are appealing to you as well. We've been counting down the days since Babita was murdered. Today marks 4 years. Our appeal to you is to hasten this case so that we can bring closure to it as well. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. I'm sure there's lots of other places that you could have been at, but you chose to be with us today, and we are very, very grateful for that.
On the 23rd of August in 2021, 6 hitmen ambushed Babita as she returned from dropping off her daughter at school. She was assassinated in cold blood. But the story doesn't end there. Only months later, the middleman himself was shot dead in Germiston, about 17 kilometers away from where Babita was assassinated. The man who could have exposed the chain of command was silenced. Police had seized Mpungose's cell phone when they arrested him. Inside them may have been the smoking gun, messages, calls, bank transfers, yet those phones went missing. Evidence erased. The hitmen are in prison. The middleman is dead. But the masterminds, the real beneficiaries of Tembisa's corruption, remain untouched. General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the police commissioner of KZN, in his conference, warned the South African public that police officers and even elements of judiciaries are in bed with criminal syndicates. If this is true, this explains why cases like Babita stall and no one responsible is getting arrested, why masterminds walk free, why justice is suffocated. Babita Deokaran gave her life trying to protect public funds. These public funds were meant for health care. Her killers pulled the trigger, but it is corruption itself that fired the shot. Until the masterminds are exposed, her fight is not over. And we must also remember that the President of South Africa asked us some questions. Let's listen to those questions.
Why do clinics run out of medicine? Are questions that we must ask ourselves. And why do taps run dry? These are some of the questions that we must be willing to ask and which we must be prepared to find answers for.
Babita Deokaran uncovered 850 million rand in fraudulent tenders at Tembisa Hospital. Money meant for medicines was being diverted into fake companies, inflated contracts, and political connected businessmen. One of them is Vusimuzi Cat Matlala. When she refused to sign off, 6 hitmen were sent to silence her. The middleman who recruited them, Khanyisani Mpungose, was later killed too. His cell phones, which could have exposed the masterminds, conveniently disappeared. So, why do clinics run out of medicines? Because the money is stolen. Why no ID verification at the clinic up until last post that I posted? Because weak systems make it easier to loot through ghost patients, fraudulent billing, and stolen suppliers. And when honest officials try to close the leaks, they are killed. So, Mr. President, the answer to your question lies in Babita's story. Until the masterminds are exposed and the collusion in police and courts is broken, South Africa's clinics will keep running out of medicine, and ordinary people will keep paying price with their lives.